Hello, beauties. Welcome to Moms Unboxed, a podcast where I unbox with you the how-tos, tips, and tricks to empower women to upgrade relationships, intimacy, and parenting. I'm your host, Melanie Carolyn, a multi-dimensional woman, life coach, lover, and mom who's made a lot of fucking mistakes. If you want to live a sensual and liberated life, you've come to the right space. Don't forget to follow Moms Unboxed because you don't want to miss an episode. Hello, and welcome to another episode on Moms Unboxed. How you all doing this week? Hit me up at Moms Unboxed on Instagram. I would love to hear from you. What are you experiencing in life right now? Are you feeling courageous? Are you feeling some fear coming into spring? Are you going through a difficult time in your relationship? Are you having the most orgasmic relationship? Are you leading yourself from a place of desire and alignment? What are you going through? I want to know more from you so that I know what in the hell you want to listen to. Because you know what? I could have ChatGPT curate all the fucking topics for me, but I want to hear from you. I want to hear what your experience is, what you are going through in your reality, and how I can help. So please help me help you. Okay. Like I said, at Moms Unboxed on Instagram. I am there. I'm available. Follow me. Hit me up. What's up? Today, we are going to talk about courage. This is something that I'm going through a lot in my life, is like walking hand in hand with fear and having the courage to do the brave thing. Okay. We don't first do the thing and then gain the courage. We take micro steps to achieve the goal. It's just like my whole want and drive to be a dancer and going through an experience in my teen years where I got laughed at by my best friend, who I never thought in my whole life would like laugh at me and not support me. But unfortunately, middle schoolers are selfish, okay? And she laughed at me. And then I was like, I'm a bad dancer. I'm never going to dance in front of someone again. But this desire of wanting to be a dancer never left. Dancing is my therapy. And you might have something out there that you absolutely love or you want to try and have some fun with, to experiment in your life, and you're like, nope, I'm scared. I'm not going to be good enough. What in the hell am I thinking? Well, let me tell you, you got you, and you should do the thing. If it lights you up, if it is a call on your heart, that means you are supposed to go after it. You have that desire, and what you want wants you, regardless of the fear. And so women who have courage are going after what she wants. She supports herself. She is taking the action and the micro movements to reach that goal and do the thing. So courage is not being fearless. It's walking hand in hand with fear, allowing fear to be the guide. Fear gets to be that buddy of yours that's like cautious, right? The cautious friend, where they're like, okay, watch out for this thing. Think about when you are prepping for a baby, right? We have the whole list of what we need to bring to the hospital. We for damn sure need to bring the car seat, the outfit, whatever it is you need. And you're coming from that place, like you're creating that list from a place of there's a little bit of fear there. You're a little bit scared. And I don't know what mom isn't scared to pop a baby out her cooch. I was scared. Okay. I was 21. I was scared. But that fear drove me to make sure that I was checking off all the boxes, everything I needed, right? So fear gets to be that buddy that says, hey, make sure you prep for this. Don't forget that. Practice your speech. Ask the request. Don't go 90 miles an hour on the road in your new car. It's cautious. And we get to lead with the confidence, knowing that we've done hard things before and we have the courage to do it again. And Brene Brown, she talks about daring greatly and being in the arena with other people who are doing brave fucking things. You get to support you, but who else is doing the brave things in your life? And can you use them as support? Can you encourage each other? Can you build each other up? I'll give you a good example. My brother is in the academy, and he and I are calling each other once a week. Like, hey, you're doing brave things. I'm doing brave things. Let's do a check-in each week. What are you doing really well at? What can you improve for the next week? What are your goals? What didn't you hit for the goals? Find that person that is going to be uplifting, but also hold you accountable to do the thing. When I was doing my burlesque class, I had a whole group of beautiful women who were also in fear of like getting on that stage for the first time, doing their solo burlesque dance. But we were there to support each other, and we walked hand in hand with fear and with one another so that we can choose our desire over comfort. Is it comfortable getting naked? Well, I'll say pretty naked. You have pasties over your titties. But is it comfortable doing that in front of a bunch of people you don't know? Absolutely not. Is it liberating? Fuck yes. Is it sensual? Absolutely. Is it empowering? Yeah, 100%. But it's still uncomfortable. But when you're up on that stage, when you're doing the thing, you're like, holy fucking shit, I'm doing this. And that's where you build that courageous energy. And it like starts in your belly and it moves up through your body and through your throat and out your mouth. And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm doing it. This is so much fun. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so brave. And then when you get off that stage, you're like, whoo, let me take a breath. That was so much fun. I can't believe I did it. Because you spend time prepping to do the courageous thing, right? You take small action. It's not like I chose one day to just get on a stage and get half naked in front of people, or you don't just get on stage and make the speech, or you just walk in the office one day and you're like, demanding that you deserve a raise. Like, no, you think this thing through, you take small action, you do the brave thing without thinking about everything all at once, right? What's that saying? You eat a elephant a little bit at a time. Right? Rome wasn't built in a day. So you're like, okay, what is the micro movement that I can do right now to move me forward to my desires and my dreams? Maybe you want to do a performance. You want to try a pole dancing class or salsa dancing. You sign up for the class. You don't think about, oh my gosh, one day I'm going to perform and psych yourself out at the very beginning. You're like, no, okay, the first step is let me talk to my boss and see how he's feeling about my performance. Let me feel him out a little bit. Or let me sign up for this salsa class. Yeah, I'm a little nervous. I'm going to meet new people, get out of the house. Like, I got to find someone to watch the kids. Like, okay, let's work on those things first before you think about like, oh, I want to do a performance and I need this outfit. Oh my gosh, all the people are going to be looking at me. And how am I ever going to get on this pole? My abs are weak and my arm strength isn't great. Okay, but let me work out my arms. Let me feel a little bit more confident about that. Okay, let me gain that strength. Okay, what do I got to do that? I have to go to the gym or buy some weights, Amazon that to my house, and then create my own little home workout routine. Right? So it's like, what is that thing you absolutely want to do? You have this desire on your heart and you haven't done it because you've been like stagnated by fear and shame and guilt for wanting that desire because you're a mom and moms think that they shouldn't have a life outside of their children. Like, no, that's not how we're supposed to live our life. All the power to the moms who have no life outside of the kids. Girl, I hope that one day you will believe that you do get to have desires and dreams and goals and live this life for you as well, because you are a human first, right? We are women, not just mothers. And you should connect with that inner woman. And we connect with that inner woman by having some fun with her, doing things that light you up. So, what if fear activates me and I fucking fight my way out of it? Okay, if you don't think that I was sweating hardcore, waiting for my name to be called to do my first burlesque dance performance, you are wrong. I was pitting out so bad, like sweating profusely. Okay, I could have left. I could have been like, I'm out. This isn't for me. I can't do it. I'm sweating. I stink. I'm nervous. Okay. Or you choose to anchor to your truth. And the truth is, you are courageous. You're doing brave things. You've done brave things before in your life. You've gotten through hard things, and you're a fucking badass. And you're going to build the testimony that says, I can do brave things even more. Sure. Will I make a mistake? Oh, you guys should have seen my recital. Okay, my wig fell off, my jewels were coming off. It was the most embarrassing thing before, but I was with the girls. I was living through fear and becoming a testament of what courage and bravery really was. And I made a lot of mistakes during that last recital, but guess what? I used those mistakes as lessons, and those lessons became what perfected my burlesque performance. Not to say you have to be perfect, but yes, I learned so many lessons, like don't put on a wig cap and try to fucking anchor your wig to the wig cap because that will never work. So that is why you practice. You don't just get up on stage and do the dance because you formulated it in your head. You formulate it in your head, you review it a million times in your head, and you practice it. You practice the speech. You practice having the conversation. You practice the dance. You don't just get on a bike and start riding. You practice riding the bike before you start mountain biking, right? There are steps and phases to the desire, to the goal, and we continue to build the courage over time. I'm about to do my third burlesque performance in front of someone's family and friends. This is a private show. I've never done that before, but hey, I'm going to show up. I'm going to practice. I'm going to get my costume ready. I'm going to get my makeup down. I'm going to understand what it is I'm doing before I just get up on that stage. We build the human experience over time with the mistakes, embodying the lessons, and alchemizing that into fucking gold, into wisdom. And we get to perfect ourselves. We get to build our identity through this lens over our lifetime. And it's a miracle. It's fucking amazing. It's like, yes, I get to do the brave thing. Give yourself permission to make the mistakes without holding on to the shame. Shame is created, not you create shame, but shame is created because people have an expectation that we're supposed to make the right choice all the time, that there's no room for mistakes or grace. And so we shame ourselves for doing wrong. We weren't born to not make mistakes. We're literally here on this earth to live a human experience, and humans make mistakes, but we get to learn from that. So give yourself permission to make mistakes. Give yourself permission to perfect the act, the movement, the dance, the conversation, the requests, the decisions, the choices that we make. We get to grow and evolve in this way. And one of the things that we can do is understand the fear. What is the fear? Fear of rejection, fear of feeling more shame, fear of feeling seen and showing our light, fearing of outgrowing our relationships. And that's a big one, right? If we grow and evolve and my partner doesn't grow and evolve with me, will I actually outgrow my partner? Sometimes yes. Sometimes we're not meant to be with the same person forever. And we want people who are going to rise and lead alongside us. I'm watching, have you guys ever watched Insecure? It's on HBO, and I really love the show. And the main actress, Issa Rae, love her. She's funny, hilarious. Okay, so Issa is like, she's in a career nonprofit organization helping children, and her boyfriend is like a bum on the couch, and she's like, this isn't really working for me anymore. He's literally like not cooking, not cleaning, not helping her out. She's not even getting it put down, like there's a lot of barriers in her relationship. And she's like, I am growing and excelling and you are not. And so, yes, sometimes us doing the brave thing, evolving into the woman that we actually truly want to be, means we're going to outgrow some people. And that means friendships as well. You might start recognizing things within your own family dynamics that's like, oh, I don't know if I really like your political views, but you know what I'm saying? Like, as you evolve into the woman that you truly want to grow into, that means being honest with yourself. And yes, that can be scary. Okay, fear can also look like, ooh, I don't want to fail. But fail is if you don't try at all. Failure is giving up completely. And we don't fail around here. We just continue to stretch ourselves to the capacity that we need to be in order to be a match for our desires. Stretch like having a baby, that skin just stretches. And the next thing you know, you're like, okay, I'm stretched to capacity. And you stretch a little more and you didn't know you could do that. And so creating that courage is having and awareness around the desire. What is it and who is it do you actually need to become a match for your desires? How do you need to lead yourself so that you continue having the dedication towards that goal? We talked about the fear. What is the fear? Where is it lying in your body? Can you soften the fear by acknowledging it, naming it, recognizing for what it is, and saying, you know what? I'm in fear of being on stage, but I know that I can do it. I know that I can prep. I know that I can practice. I know that I could show up and be who it is I need to be in order to achieve. And then, of course, you're going to regulate yourself. You don't want to tackle all the things at once, or you're going to put your nervous system on a pan fryer, flip it like an egg, and then accidentally burn yourself. Did that metaphor make sense? Like, I don't like burnt eggs. But you slow cook an egg. You like, okay, let me start it at temperature 3, put a little butter, sauce, put an egg on there, let it heat up a little bit, right? You don't want to cook an egg too fast. Okay, same with your goals and your desires. What is that micro movement I could take in order to just get me to the next step? Okay, let me sign up for Burlesque 101. Let me learn some things before I get on the stage. Or, I want to learn how to snowboard. I'm not going to go on a black diamond first thing. Oh, absolutely not. I got to understand what kind of boots I need, what kind of board I need, bindings. I'm going to go on that blue run and I'm going to do the baby bunny slope. Okay. And then I might even get myself a trainer because, I don't want to teach myself and I'll collapse time in my own understanding of how to snowboard. And I'll be hitting the black diamond sooner if I get myself a trainer. Same with like physical workout, right? You can work from home. You could do that. Or you can get a trainer who's going to tell you exactly what workouts you need to do in order to achieve the muscle strength that you want. Okay. Same with like anything like yoga at home. I so badly want to join a yoga studio. I could do it at home, but I love hot yoga and I can't really get hot yoga at home. So what do I have to do to achieve that? Okay. Let me look at some pricings for hot yoga, sign myself up. Okay. Well, I'm worried that, I'm not flexible enough. Well, the way you get to be flexible is by joining the yoga class, right? I want to learn how to rollerblade, ice skate, all the things. Okay, well, look for lessons. You have to start somewhere, and we can't start with automatically knowing what to do, right? So like, okay, you want to be a business owner. Okay, maybe take some business classes. How does one even begin to be a business owner? I'm trying to figure out how to do my taxes as a new business owner. And I'm like, I don't know. So what's up? I'm going to hire someone so that I can gain the knowledge. So we regulate our nervous system by taking these micro steps. We meditate, we do breath work, we stretch ourselves slowly, so that we can hold ourselves in this space of evolution. Okay, and then you take aligned action towards the desire. It's like, I'm building the courage. I need to go in the direction that leads me to the path of my dreams. And I have been one to take many off ramps. I have ADHD. I get super hyper focused, but I have a million plus ideas. And so I'll bounce around like a ping pong ball. Do, 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 do. Like, no. What is the one thing that you need to do that's going to get you to reach that goal? What is in alignment? So it's showing up at the gym, even if it's once a week. Ooh, that's a good start for me not showing up at the gym after 6 months. Okay, cool. And then we're going to raise the frequency. I'm going to show up twice, 3 times a week. I'm going to build my capacity to lead myself, to stay dedicated to my overall goal. So you want to make sure you're anchoring in your desire. Why is your desire so important? Why is the goal so important? Okay, and we're going to continue to hold on to that courage to take aligned action. You're like, ooh, I did the brave thing. I showed up. I worked out in front of people. I'm so proud of myself. And then you want to continue to have that emotional tie with the anchor of your desire. Like, what is this truly going to get you? How is this going to help you feel liberated, sensual, sovereign? How is this going to get you autonomy in your life? How is this going to get me to have the passionate, orgasmic relationship that I want? Oh, it's because I'm going to work on my limiting beliefs about myself. I am a valued woman. And that means I have to do some healing. But I want that love. I want that type of Hollywood orgasmic love that we see on the movies, even though we know secretly that shit's fake. But in real life, it's orgasmic love. I went on my 5th year anniversary date the other night, and I had to do a lot of growing to be with this man. And he had to do a lot of growing to be with me. And we helped each other through that. We really anchored in what it is we wanted in a relationship. And he and I worked towards being the people that we needed to be in order to have that orgasmic love. I love that. Orgasmic love. So even if it's you wanting to be a better mom, it's like, why? What truly is the reason why you're going to work on not yelling at your kids, or you're going to work on the way you emotionally regulate? It's because breaking generational trauma. You don't want to be the same yeller that your parents were. You don't want to treat your kids the way your parents treated you. You don't want to have the same high, unreasonable expectations that your parents had with you, right? It's like, what is the anchor? Tie the anchor to the emotion. It makes it so much more potent. Yes. You can ask yourself, today I want to choose one desire that I've been avoiding, and I'm going to take one courageous step towards that desire. Not tomorrow, but today. And we're going to do this every single day. And like I said, micro movements compound to make greater change. We're not going to let fear stop us. We're going to walk hand in hand with fear as our cautious bestie. We're going to build that bravery. We're going to have the courage. We're going to take action. and we're going to anchor to our why on an emotional level. Because if it's not emotional, if it doesn't move you, it's not going to last. Why do you think New Year's resolutions don't work? Because it sounds good on the surface, but there's no real why, right? It's like when someone has like a heart attack and the doctor says you really need to eat healthier or you're going to pass early. That will give you a real strong why and a real strong emotional reaction, right? That person's probably going to stop smoking, eat better, drink more water, exercise more, because we don't want to die, right? We want to live as long as possible. Why did I want to become a burlesque dancer? Because dancing is my therapy. I wanted to feel liberated, sensual, and unboxed. I wanted to do something that has been on my heart my entire life because I want to have fun with my life. I want to be a woman outside of just being a mom. Those are my emotional reasons. That's my anchor. Because I get to show my children what it is to live outside the box. And that's important to me. Not that they're seeing my performances, but they know I dance. They know I have dreams outside of this house. And I want my children to live a life that's in alignment to what they want, not what society expects. Because honestly, we all know the white picket fence, the dog, the cat, the house, the car, the husband isn't always the pathway to inner happiness and joy. It's the way we're living our life, not the material shit that we accumulate. Anyways, so just remember, your desires are sacred, and ignoring them is abandoning yourself. And you don't build confidence first. You have the courage. You take the brave action to be a match for your desires. Take small steps. Micro movement compounds over time and creates greatness. It gets you to point A to B. And every time you choose courage, you build the testimony and the evidence that you're a badass and that you can do brave things. You could do hard things. And that builds trust in the relationship within yourself. That's what I got for you this week, mamas. I love you. Hit me up at Moms Unboxed. Share this episode with a friend. And don't forget to live a liberated, sensual, and unboxed life. Until the next time, sunshine. Thank you again for listening to Moms Unboxed. Please don't forget to share this episode with all your mommy friends and follow me on Instagram at Moms Unboxed Podcast. Tune in next Thursday for another juicy episode. Until the next time, sunshine.